Social media has become an integral part of our lives, revolutionizing how we communicate and interact. From keeping up with friends to learning about global events, social media allows for a level of connection and access that was once unimaginable. However, alongside its many benefits, it brings with it a set of mental health challenges that deserve our attention. In this discussion, we'll delve into the profound effects of social media on our mental well-being, looking at how it influences self-esteem, anxiety, and the way we present ourselves. We'll explore the psychological impacts of comparison and the pressures of maintaining an online persona. Whether you are personally affected or just interested in understanding the broader effects, this session will unpack the complexities of social media's influence on mental health. In the past decade, social media has steadily woven itself into the fabric of our daily lives. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok have created virtual spaces where we can interact with people all around the world. Originally intended to share personal moments and stay connected, these platforms have evolved into tools for self-expression, content creation, activism, and business. Today, the average person spends a couple of hours daily engaging with social media, whether it's browsing through posts, chatting with friends, or viewing videos. While these platforms have certainly brought about positive changes, like fostering global connections and raising awareness on important issues, they have also introduced several psychological challenges. These platforms are not just neutral spaces. They have an undeniable impact on our mental health. One of the most powerful psychological effects of social media is the tendency to engage in social comparison. Social comparison is an inherent part of human psychology, where we measure ourselves against others to assess our worth. In the past, this process was confined to our close circles, family, friends, and colleagues. Now, thanks to social media, we are constantly exposed to a vast number of people's lives, often lives that seem more glamorous, more successful, or more fulfilling than our own. This continuous exposure to curated content can be particularly damaging. Social media users tend to showcase their best moments, vacations, celebrations, career milestones, leaving out the everyday struggles and setbacks that are part of being human. This creates a false sense of reality, where we compare our ordinary lives to others' highlight reels. The result is often a decline in self-esteem and feelings of inadequacy. Psychologically, these comparisons can trigger feelings of inferiority, especially when we are constantly confronted with the image of perfection that social media encourages. Studies have shown that regular engagement in social comparison correlates with higher rates of depression and anxiety. When we see others leading what appear to be perfect lives, we may begin to question our own worth or accomplishments. It becomes hard to remember that social media is just a snapshot, often a selective one, of someone's life. What's shared is usually curated to present only the best moments, leaving out the more mundane or difficult parts of reality. Social media also plays a significant role in shaping our self-esteem. Self-esteem refers to the value we place on ourselves and our sense of self-worth. In the digital age, social media platforms have become a significant influence on how we assess our value. The likes, comments, and shares we receive on our posts can heavily affect how we perceive ourselves. If a post receives little attention or engagement, we might interpret it as a sign of our unworthiness or failure. On the other hand, receiving positive validation online can temporarily boost our confidence, but these affirmations are often fleeting. This cycle of seeking external validation through online reactions can become exhausting and lead to an unhealthy reliance on social media for affirmation. Moreover, the algorithms powering social media platforms tend to favor content that is visually appealing or emotionally provocative, which often results in a culture of perfectionism. This prioritization of popular content means that the more raw, authentic posts, which might reflect our real selves, are pushed to the background. The pressure to share only the most polished and curated version of our lives can be overwhelming. As a result, we may feel that our real selves, complete with imperfections and flaws, are not worthy of being shared. This disconnect between our online and offline identities can erode our self-worth and contribute to a growing sense of dissatisfaction. In addition to self-esteem, anxiety is another significant mental health concern linked to social media use. Social media platforms are designed to keep us engaged by providing constant updates, notifications, and new content. This constant stream of information can create a sense of urgency, making us feel like we need to stay connected at all times. Over time, this can lead to feelings of anxiety as we worry about missing out on important updates or falling behind in the fast-paced world of social media. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, is a prevalent anxiety trigger. With everyone posting about their exciting experiences, trips, social events, personal achievements, it can be easy to feel left out, or as though we are not living as fully as others. This can lead to isolation, as well as a sense of inadequacy, and increase the mental strain from trying to keep up with others. For those already dealing with anxiety disorders, social media can amplify these feelings. Social anxiety, for example, is often worsened by the pressure to present a flawless version of oneself online. For people already struggling with general anxiety, the overwhelming flow of information and the difficulty of disconnecting from social media can contribute to a heightened sense of stress. This constant state of alertness keeps our bodies in a state of heightened tension, leading to physical and mental exhaustion. Another contributing factor to the negative impact of social media is the pressure to maintain a curated online persona. Social media gives users the power to selectively present themselves to the world, often in a highly idealized way. This curated identity can be misleading, as it often omits the real, unpolished aspects of life. The desire to create a perfect image for public consumption can be mentally taxing. Whether it's choosing the perfect angle for a selfie, picking the right filter, or deciding which personal moments are worthy of sharing, there's constant pressure to project an image of flawlessness. Unfortunately, this focus on perfection can create a gap between the version of ourselves we present online and the person we are in real life. Over time, this gap can lead to cognitive dissonance, a psychological discomfort that arises when our online persona doesn't match our real identity. This disconnect between our online and offline selves can erode our mental health. Research has shown that the more time someone spends crafting and curating their online identity, the more dissatisfied they often feel with their real-life self. The need to keep up with the perfect image portrayed online can lead to depression, a loss of self-worth, and feelings of inauthenticity. The platforms themselves also play a significant role in shaping how we interact with social media. Social media companies design their platforms to be engaging and addictive, often using algorithms that prioritize content likely to evoke strong emotional reactions. Whether it's content that triggers feelings of jealousy, outrage, or excitement, these posts are more likely to keep us engaged, leading us to scroll endlessly. Instagram and TikTok, for instance, prioritize visually stimulating content, while Twitter promotes quick, often heated exchanges. This constant engagement encourages us to compare our lives to others, seek validation, and react to emotionally charged posts. Although social media companies are beginning to take action in addressing mental health concerns, such as Instagram hiding the number of likes on posts and TikTok experimenting with content warnings, these efforts are still in their infancy. More comprehensive changes are needed to create a healthier, more supportive online environment. In order to safeguard our mental health, it's essential that we take proactive steps to minimize the negative effects of social media. Being aware of its impact on our mental health is the first step in mitigating its harm. Practical strategies include limiting screen time, curating your feed to include content that supports your well-being, and taking regular breaks from social media to reconnect with the real world. Additionally, it's important to foster real-world relationships and maintain a sense of authenticity, both online and offline. By resisting the temptation to present an idealized version of ourselves, we can build a more balanced relationship with social media and reclaim control over our mental health. In conclusion, while social media has the potential to enrich our lives, it also has the power to harm our mental health if we're not careful. By being mindful of its effects and adopting strategies to engage with it in a healthy way, we can take steps toward protecting our mental well-being in the digital age. Thank you for joining me today in this exploration of the dark side of social media. Stay connected, but also stay true to yourself, and always prioritize your mental health.